Hello everybody, NTC Junior here, and since it's 2020, I want to talk about... What was that?
Oh, hello.
Uncle Orange Marshmallow? Oh boy, I can't wait to hear this one, because there's always going to be a reason people have got to hack into my show. So, alright, fine, I'll give in. What went wrong?
Sorry about the intense welcome, something that had to involve combining hot Kool-Aid with extra spicy salsa, which resulted in explosive diarrhea.
I'm not going to even begin on what's wrong with that. Well, anyway, let's...
Hey guys, Miles here, and wait, where am I? NTC Junior? Squill? What are you guys doing here?
Does everybody in here break into my channel just for laughs?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Maybe I should add explosive diarrhea and random channel hackings to the list of future security system. But anyway, while you two are here, care to collab with me on the DreamWorks movie?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Well, I'm not doing anything right now, so yeah, sure.
Great! So, today we're going to be talking about a DreamWorks movie I literally talked about in the past.
Please be Shark Tale, please be Shark Tale, please be Shark Tale.
Close, but no.
Is it one of the How to Train Your Dragon movies?
No.
Dang it.
Now shut up, it's Shrek the Third.
As for how I feel about the original Shrek movie, I like it, but I don't exactly love it. It's definitely revolutionary for what it did for animated movies. Shrek and Donkey have a great dynamic, the soundtrack is incredible, and there are some really memorable moments. However, some of the toilet humor and pop culture references don't really do it for me. I absolutely understand why they're there, it's just not my type of humor. As for Shrek 2, it's basically an improvement upon the original in every way possible. Higher stakes, better comedy, and probably the best climax out of any DreamWorks movie. It's overall just a great film. Oh, and also watch Shrek Retold. It's amazing and it's free on YouTube, and I legit like it more than the original Shrek.
Well, what do I think of the Shrek movies? They're good. They're not amazing, but I do love the characters, the setting that they're in, and and these iconic jokes, it's a really great franchise, but I don't think that's an amazing franchise.
If you guys are new to my channel, I have reviewed the first two Shrek movies in the past. The first movie, I thought it was pretty good, and I thought it was just like the DreamWorks equivalent of Beauty and the Beast. And for the final score, I gave it a 10. And then I reviewed Shrek 2 during Season 2, and I thought it was an amazing improvement over the first Shrek movie. Yeah, I still love the first Shrek movie, but I absolutely adore the second one. And for my final score for that, I gave it a 15 out of 10. Hey, that's a new record for me. Oh yes, and ever since Season 1, I did a tradition where every numbered season I reviewed a numbered Shrek movie. Like Shrek 2, I reviewed during Season 2. So, now, Season 3, I gotta review the third Shrek movie. So, what are our thoughts on this one? Well, grab your popcorn, turn down the lights, and get ready for a cream-colored packed adventure. This is our review of Shrek the Third.
So this opens up with Prince Charming saving a damsel in distress in the only way possible. A play.
Whoa, hold up. Where's the book opener?
Oh, there isn't one in this movie.
That's not how this works.
Well, what you gonna do, criticize till the movie is over?
Maybe. Screw you guys, let me complain! The show was a complete bust, and Charming goes out and weeps at the slightest. But through the power of belief from his mumsy, he decides to do what he was gonna do in the last movie. callback. Nice one, at least.
I will restore dignity to my throne. And this time, no one will stand in my way.
We cut to the next day as we see Shrek and Fiona waking up with a little help from Donkey and Puss.
Also, Donkey has kids in this movie. They're weird donkey-dragon hybrids. They're kinda terrible, but also equally amazing.
Good morning. Hey, the sun is shining through. Good morning. Good morning to you and you and you. Oh, he grew up so fast. Not fast enough.
Oh, come on, Donkey! One of you supposed to play the piano while the rest of you do a choreographed dance. Show them how it's done, Family Guy.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's great to stay up late.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning.
Good morning. Sunbeams will soon smile.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still going.
What a funny moment.
Anyway, Puss tells Shrek and Fiona that today they have to fill in for the king and queen of Far, Far Away, aka Fiona's mom and dad. After the opening credits of failing to do so, the ogreific couple have to do this event where they have to dress up like George Washington mixed up with Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, don't quit your day job, sweetie.
Well, somebody better be dying. I'm dying.
You had to ask.
In my opinion, the funeral scene is probably one of the worst scenes in any animated film ever. Now, that might seem like a stretch to you, but in my opinion, just hear me out. The way that they like set up the scene, is horrible, and I really hate the cliche of, at least it would get any worse, and then something gets worse after that. That is literally one of the worst cliches I've ever seen in media, ever. Plus, the way that King George dies is just insulting. I don't... And just see it for yourself. It just... Oh my god.
After that, we see Prince Charming going to the Poison Apple, which is a nice callback, and gathering up all the villains to take over Far, Far Away.
But meanwhile, Shrek, Donkey, and Puss are getting ready to go on their journey. But then out of nowhere, Fiona says this to Shrek.
Well, I guess that's what you call more rebound than a kickball.
Now, from the studio that brought you Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, and Madagascar, and the studio that brought you Stephen King's It, The Shining, and Landgoers, comes a brand new horror movie franchise, The Toddling Dead. Witness one father dealing with multiple babies, and with its cuteness, giggle, he tries to make it out alive. He tries, but it's impossible. And when he does, he gets nudified. It's horror. The little shop. It's all too horrible to see. And just when you think it's over, The Toddling Dead. Who'd have thought that cheerful babies never been this terrifying?
You have a problem.
Mister, I am the problem.
Too bad we don't have a solution.
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. Donkey, can you just cut to the part where you're supposed to make me feel better?
Hey, donkey songs always make people feel better, especially in bad movies.
In terms of how I feel about the movie so far, I'm sort of mixed. There are things I like Shrek having to deal with responsibility for the first time in his life, and the villains wanting their own happily ever after. But I do also think that there's way too much going on. Donkey and Puss don't really need to be here, and the princesses really could have been cut from the story.
They arrived at the school, and we meet another one of our main characters, Arthur, or Artie for short, voiced by Justin Timberlake. In an earlier scene, King Harold says that Arthur was going to be the new king of Far, Far Away. And in this movie, he's every typical nerd in other media. No! That reference has already been overplayed!
The villains come into Far, Far Away and transform it into Go, Go Away, but they're still looking for Shrek and Fiona, and the fairy tale creatures try their best to play dumb.
Where are Shrek and Fiona? That doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, no bell. I suggest you freaks cooperate with the new king of Far, Far Away. The only thing you're ever gonna be king of is king of the stupids. Hook. Right. Avast. Cookie. Oh. Time to talk.
What the heck was that about? Was Gingy high in the end? I mean, what the heck? Oh crud, time's running out. Looks like it's time to do what I did in the second movie. Explain most of the movie. You know, in the first Shrek movie, I made a DreamWorks salesman joke, like Sam did with Hasbro. But I didn't do one in the second movie. Maybe I can make it up by doing it in the third movie of the ripoff. Alright, fine. Go ahead.
So the play begins and it really goes off, but Shrek criticizing it does get a laugh.
Well, it can't be any more painful than the lousy performance you're giving. Prepare, foul beast. Your time is done. If you don't mind, could you kill me and then sing? Be quiet! Oh, come on, I'm just having fun with you. That's actually a very nice leotard. Huh. Do they they come in men's sizes?
I haven't laughed at an awkward moment since that chicken moment from Family Feud. Okay, seriously, just look it up. You'll laugh to your heart's content.
Crashed to play to save Shrek, but the villains were one step ahead of them.
But Artie comes along and makes a real put-together speech about not being a bad guy all the time, which it's an okay scene. I don't really care, to be honest. I do like Justin Timberlake's voice acting in here. It's really good.
Charming gets free and kills Shrek. Sort of.
A new era finally begins. Now, all of you, bow before your king. You need to work on your aim.
You're gonna die!
This was supposed to be my happily ever after. Well, I guess you need to keep looking. Because I'm not giving up mine.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Charming gets defeated, Arthur becomes king, and Shrek and Fiona have kids. Fergus, Farkle, and a little daughter named Felicia. Stay with me now, which will spawn in another sequel. Anyway, that was the movie. How was it in our opinions? Well, I'll let Miles go first.
It's just not a good movie. It's just okay. It's just if you are a Shrek fan and you haven't seen Shrek the Third, I would give it a watch, but just don't expect Shrek 2. Don't expect the first Shrek. Don't even expect the holiday shorts on Netflix. Just go watch it for yourself, and that's what I would give it. And if I would give it a final score, I would just give it a 5 out of 10. It's not a bad movie. Just kind of mediocre.
Overall, Shrek the Third is a very mixed bag of a movie in my opinion. I actually don't think it's terrible like most other people do. Like I said before, I like certain aspects, like the villains trying to get their own happily ever after, and Shrek having to deal with responsibility for the first time. I also like a lot of the interactions between Shrek and Arthur. That campfire scene in particular is really nice. I also like that Arthur saves the day through diplomacy. That's pretty neat. However, there are quite a few things bogging it down, such as the liar revealed trope, which is almost always frustrating. Once Shrek lies, you know exactly where it's going to go. It's always the lying is bad message. Along with that, this movie is loaded with stuff that really didn't need to be here. You really could have cut out stuff like Donkey and Puss swapping bodies or the princess's side plot. And the comedy ain't great either. So overall, I'd say it's not quite good and not quite bad.
As for me, leap forward or a giant step backwards? A giant step backwards. Yeah, as someone who loves the first movie and adores the second one, this one, it fell down. A little bit down. Yeah, I mean, the writing was weird. The story was just all over the place. The characters were not that fleshed in, and kind of the lesson is, if it had a lesson, it would be wobbly. Now, there are good things, like, Shrek criticizing the play gets a laugh. Puss and Donkey are hilarious. Even when they swap bodies. Especially when they swap bodies. I was laughing on the floor of that. And also, I do love the villains getting their own happily ever after. They just don't want to be villains. They want their own good ending. But it's just not presented right. Even with Shrek getting a kid, it is not presented right. Like I said, it would be cool if it was presented right. So all in all, of all the Shrek movies, this has to be the weakest. And yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but this ain't the worst movie in the world compared to Food Fight and the others. But out of all the Shrek movies, this one I'd be skipping forevermore. And if I had to give this movie a final score, it probably would have to be the same score that Miles gave it. A 5 out of 10.
Well, this was an interesting collab.
Yeah, it was.
Indeed it was. Now, if you guys will excuse me, I gotta go do some TF2 on the base. Yep, that sniper ain't gonna heal itself.
Oh,
Can we
may
join the fun
we
as
join
well?
the fun as well?
If you guys can refer from breaking into my channels, then yes.
We'll only promise to
We've only
try.
promised to try. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. Let Junior know in the comments below what you want him to review next.
Subscribe to Baseball Sam 2 and Nostalgia Critic Jr., cause they brought the NTC Jr.
Also, if you want to subscribe to Kirby and Miles' channels, I'll leave the links to it in the description down below. So like we said, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and forevermore.
MilesMorales834.
I'm Kirby over Yonder.
And I'm the NTC Jr., and we're out, y'all. Peace!